This week, we're talking about how you can become a better photographer. Welcome to Miami Beach. Over this episode, we are going to explore what it takes to become a better photographer. Learning the technical skills required to take photos does not guarantee that you'll be able to take great images. Great images come down to telling a story across all levels, from technical settings to composition, timing, light, color, contrast. That said, you have to be careful not to overthink it. Sometimes photography should just be for your own fun and enjoyment. We're here in South Beach and we're going to be photographing the neon lights of the classic hotels behind me here. We're out here at Blue Hour and I feel that Blue Hour is the perfect complement to all the neon lights that are happening behind me here. So let's figure it out together and see what we can make. Basically what I'm looking for is I want kind of 2 or 3 elements in here, probably 3 elements if possible. Beacon Hotel looks nice, but the other hotels are a little bit too far away. So I think we're gonna head over this way towards Colony and Boulevard and Starlight and hopefully piece something together with the 3 of them. Hopefully also Boulevard Hotel will actually turn on their lights, because that is the thing that I have no control whatsoever over. It's getting closer to Blue Hour. I think I've picked out my frames, but Boulevard Hotel has not yet turned their lights on, and they are a very important part in this frame because you get the blue and the red contrast between the 2 buildings, and without them, we don't really have a shot. I feel like travel photography is really just all about finding what works on any given day. And today, if that is a setback, we'll probably go and we'll find something even better. Or not, I don't know. I'm shooting on the 24-70 2.8 for the Z series, and I love this lens. It's just incredible in every situation that we put it in. So I am happy to have this lens out here. I feel like it gives me the variety that I need to get all the shot possibilities, because it is a long street and I do need that 70 for some shots and I do need that 24 for other shots. Success, half success. It's coming together. Already starting to get some of that nice blue and red contrast. These photos look really good. It's a really, really cool sky and just a lot of good natural contrast. It's not really blue, it's blue in this direction, not so blue in this direction, but I think it's working pretty well. And we're gonna continue taking some photos while the conditions change. I like shooting golden hour and blue hour because everything just changes so often. That you have a lot of different variations, and you also have kind of that time sensitivity element that you just have to get it done right now, and you can't, like, if you miss this pocket of time, you're not gonna get it back. So I feel that by coming out here, I really create my best under pressure. The guys light up rollerblade wheels. It's pretty much the most Miami thing I've seen. Now setting up my tiny travel tripod, and I'm just gonna leave it just exactly as it is. I'm not gonna extend it at all, and do a few shots. And I'm going to begin with a 6-second exposure. So I'm hoping that I can click the shutter as soon as the car is kind of in frame and let it roll through frame. I'm hoping that takes about 6 seconds. We'll find out together. Having this car on this side, I feel like it kind of frames the image in. And rule of thirds wise, good side on this side, middle section, side section, as well as rule of thirds looking sky, buildings, street. I've also set a 5-second shutter release self-timer so that the camera can completely stabilize if you're hitting the button. You can bring a trigger if you want, but I find just setting a couple seconds of timer works pretty well. The other benefit of shooting long exposure is the people, the tourists on the side, are just gonna disappear as they walk. So it looks a little more vacant than it typically would. So one time that you're gonna wanna use a wide angle lens is if you really wanna make things look larger than life. So right now I have the 14-30 for Nikon Z series on my camera, and I'm gonna get this nice and low and just get the entire scene. Again, I'm doing a long exposure, so the car lights will just kind of blur out into just beams of light. And I'm just gonna make this hotel look a lot larger than it really does kind of in real life. I'm also in a little bit of a race because these are parking spots and somebody's gonna come and take these in a minute. So this photo is gonna be impossible soon. That looks pretty cool. One way you can really step up your photography game is by creating less images overall. Focus on getting a small collection of images, as great as they can be, rather than just chasing every single photographic possibility. I'm pretty happy with what we got. We'll call it a night and we will reconvene tomorrow morning for some more photos. What will also improve your photography is going out with a purpose, a reason behind why you're actually taking the images. That can be anything from pushing yourself to make something more visually appealing, to creating a single image to put in a frame at home, to documenting something important for the world to see, or simply to practice. Whatever your reason, the more time you spend with the camera in your hand actively creating, the better prepared you're going to be when those once-in-a-lifetime moments come up.
Becoming a better photographer is really all about creating better taste, and by consuming better content online, you will begin to emulate some of those qualities you see from those images. And it's said that you become the 5 people that you spend your most time with. And I believe this to be digitally true as well, that the 5 people you're spending your most time with online also have a heavy influence in your work. So make sure that you're following the people that you want to go down the same pathway as, and not just distracting elements.
Photographically, you're also always going to be learning, and it's important to learn to enjoy the process. Specifically, it's important not to be too hard on yourself when you're not creating the work that you're seeing in your mind. Know that you will get there, it will take time, it will take hard work, and there are unfortunately no shortcuts.
We're out here in the rain in Miami right now, and we were trying to do some portraits in between rainstorms, and what I'm using is AccuWeather, and it gives you the minute-by-minute forecast. So we have a few minutes non-rain, and we're gonna do as many photos as we can, and then we're gonna go back underneath some umbrellas and hopefully get out to the beach a little bit later, but I have no idea if that'll happen or not. In a situation like this, I've turned my camera on to F6, autofocus continuous, and I'm actually not using the face recognition, I'm just having the single focus box on one of their faces. And I'm shooting all of these at 1.8 because I want the background to disappear, because there is a lot of sports and a lot of cranes and a lot of different stuff that I don't really want in the scene. All I want is that nice soft green. Awesome. Those look really good. And I'm trying to minimize things in the background here by just kind of framing and walking and moving in a way that hides the elements that I do not want. Awesome. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So the weather app has unfortunately lied to us a little bit, and we are unable to continue with our portrait session. But the negative is that we can't do that, but the positive is that because there is so much water on the ground now, that the reflections are gonna be really incredible when the neon lights come on. So even if it is still raining, we're gonna get some umbrellas, we're gonna go out, we're gonna do some photos with the nice reflections around South Beach here. It is still not cleared up, so we're cheating at street photography. I feel like it's kind of a cop-out to use an umbrella, but we're using an umbrella today. And we're just gonna go for a little bit of a walk around here. I love the fact that the street is going to be so reflective, and the rain and the clouds above are just gonna kind of hold the light in. So it's gonna make a much better scene, a lot more uncomfortable to be out here in the world, but we have umbrellas, we board from the hotel, and I'm excited to make some photos. Everything just looks better. Like, this car looks better, CVS looks better, Beacon Hotel looks better, this looks better. Everything looks nice. Let's go for a walk. Yesterday looked pretty good, today looks amazing. Super happy with the images so far. All of the color just kind of really just comes together incredibly well out here. Last night, this intersection, it was okay. Tonight, with all the water on the ground and the reflection, it is a heck of a lot better. So if you're ever on the fence and it's like, it's raining, I shouldn't go out, get an umbrella and get out to the street, especially if there's a lot of lights and a lot of interesting colors happening, because it really does just bring every scene together so much better than if it was just a dry and beautiful evening.
So if you want to get better at photography, surround your digital self with good inspirations. Figure out the reasons that you actually want to take photos, and understand that it's hard work. Every day you have to put in the work if you want to get better. Photography is a craft that truly takes a lifetime to master. That's all from a rainy South Beach. We'll see you again next week.